Hi, what an African man think about his cheating wife? I am actually making this video for you, a foreigner who is married to an African, for you to know how your African man will perceive it if you by any chance cheat on him, or for you to know the attitude you should expect from an African man when you cheat him in a relationship. Fam, I'm actually making this video for all the married women out there, to know the dangers of cheating a man in a relationship, especially when it has to do with an African man, for you to know or how he will likely react to you when you cheat him in that relationship or marriage. Immediately you cheat your African man, he will trash you no matter how beautiful you are. If you like, be as pretty as Queen Elizabeth of England. If you like, be as powerful, as pretty as those Queen of Africa. If you are a wife to an African man, note that one thing you should never ever do to him, no matter the circumstances, no matter the condition, no matter the temptation, no matter the situation, is cheating on him. Once you cheat on him, he will be ready to close the door of that relationship and trash the key to the deepest pit where he can never ever find it again. So, if you love and cherish your African man, please, my sister, my queens out there, never see cheating as an option. Never you cheat your man. Never you cheat your man in a relationship or in that marriage, okay? Unless you are ready to say goodbye to him. When you cheat an African man, you automatically become his worst enemy, no matter how much he loves you. When you cheat an African man, he see you as his worst enemy, and thereby would not want to see you anywhere around him. He would not want to see you anywhere around him. He would not want to get attached to you. He will not want to bond with you anymore. He will not want to stay with you anymore. He will want to terminate any relationship, any connection that brings you both together. An African man is ready to terminate your connection, block your contact, delete your contact immediately and instantly when he finds out that you cheat on him. When he have evidence, not when he's suspecting you, when he have clear evidence that yes, my woman is cheating on me, my wife is sleeping with another man, he is ready and instantly ending everything. I repeat, instantly, immediately, he is ending everything that brings you both together. So, my queen, if you don't want to lose that your African king as a husband, never cheat on your husband. Never cheat on an African man. Yes, another thing an African man would do when he find out that you cheat on him, separation. The next thing that will pop up his mind is separation. Start thinking of how to take any of his valuable that is in your custody or that is in your care or that he is with you, in order to draw a separation line. Cheating to an African man is a clear separation line, a battle line, and no man crosses, and he wouldn't want to dare that he wouldn't want to cross. So if you cheat your African man, you are clearly, or you are ready to terminate instantly. An African man is not a Western man or a man with a Western mentality that will want to go through the process of divorce or want to go through or wait till the finalization of the process of divorce, getting a divorce paper ready. He's not that patient. He's not going to be that patient with you. What he is thinking, or when you sleep with another man, or when he's sure you have slept with another man, not when he's suspecting you, is to terminate, disconnect, disconnect whatever that brings you both together. So he's thinking about separation, instant separation. He's not there for go and come. He's not there to go and wait for government approval. He's not ready to wait for anybody's approval. An African man is ready to trash all your luggages, your baggages out of his house instantly, with nobody's permission, nobody's approval. Oh, here in Africa, immediately an African man confirmed and caught his wife, or confirmed that the wife has slept or cheated on him. You get? Even if he make the confirmation in Jerusalem, he's rushing home to trash her luggages out of his house in order to separate from him. He's trashing or removing everything that belongs to you from his own, separating it, bringing it outside for you to carry and go and continue with the person you have cheated him with. Everybody will judge against you and judge in his favor, because an African man is polygamous in nature. Okay, from the history of our great grandfathers, they married a lot of women. They married more than one, they married 2, 3, some 5, or some as many as they want. They are polygamous in nature. Men marry as many women as they want and still live in the same apartment. They still control them, still feed and still take care of things, and still they will understand themselves. Those women sometimes understand the fact that they cannot drag it, or they cannot finish that man alone. They understand themselves and they live together, sometimes even happily, and live in peace. But when a woman cheats, even that man that have many women living under his custody, that man that marry about 5 women, catch you or one of his wife cheating on him, he have the right to throw your things out from his house. Why? What a culture. What a culture. You that is a foreigner will be wondering, what a culture. Because this actually is hot to both male gender and female gender. Nobody wants to share his or her partner with anybody. Nobody wants to share with his or her partner, both male gender and female gender. But we have a culture. We have a culture, or we grow to see or meet a culture that takes side or supports a man, or tell us or teaches us that a man is polygamous in nature, supports a man to cheat on his wife, while a woman can never go there. To an African man, when you have cheated him, you have that guts, audacity, effrontery, that mindset, that zeal to cheat him with a particular individual. A man who is married to you, he left your matrimonial home, forget about the vow you both exchanged during the marital process or engagement. You go as far as sleeping with another man, opening your leg, giving your bekus to another man. That African man is ready to separate you from you. He will trash all your belongings out from his house for you to go and continue with the person you have cheated him with. No African man of his kind will calm him down or tell him to forgive you. Yes, nobody will support you. Even your own mother as a woman will not take your side. Even your father will not take your side. If your mother and your father is a real African blood, they will spit on you as a woman. If peradventure, if actually they find out, they are convinced that what your husband is claiming is a truth, if there is any atom of truth behind you cheating on your husband, even your own parents, your own families will spit on you. They will see you as a disgrace. They will see you as a disappointment. This same member of your family, this same member of your circle or your family or relative will also advise you to forgive your man when he cheats on you. His family members that will be against you will also advise you to forgive him when he cheats you. Hey, That is where it pains me or my people of my genders most in an African tradition or culture. Yeah, we have a tradition that indirectly or directly supports men cheating in a relationship. That is our tradition. That is the kind of tradition. That is the nature of our belief. That is kind of the mindset. That is kind of the mentality, the type of mentality or the mentality kinda that rule us here in Africa. An African man can cheat a woman, and everybody will beg you or persuade you or ask you as a woman to see it as nothing, to forgive him, to let go. But when you as a woman dares to cheat an African man, and he has a clear evidence against you, even your family members will spit on you. When you cheat an African man, okay, no matter his faith, no matter how committed he is in his faith, no matter how strong he is, even says committed Christian, he wouldn't mind than to drive you out of his house. Even if he's a preacher, he's a pastor who always preach against divorce, who always kick against divorce. He preach about separation in marriage, and he find out that his wife cheats him. My brother, he will forget about what he have said about separation. He will forget about that he always tell people that marriage is till death do you part. I think he would just forget and separate with you. He would divorce you. There is a way, local way of divorcing a woman by tradition here in Africa. Like from my own tribe, I don't know of your own tribe or part of Africa where you come from, if our tradition is actually the same, but more in most tradition it is similar. Yeah, I think what an Igbo man, to be precise, would do if he finds out that his wife is cheating is to send her packing, and that's the process by which a man divorce his wife here in Africa. Okay, here in Igbo land by tradition, he will take that woman with any kind of wine, drink, back to the father's compound, back to the casemen, telling them that my hands is off. I no do again. I'm not married again. It's no longer with me. She's no longer my property. She's no longer my custody. If I wash off my hand to pay, in case or peradventure anything happens to her, nobody should question me about her because my hands are up. She's no longer mine. I am no longer hers. When an African man have done this traditionally, if actually he went to that compound without seeing anybody or seeing one person or seeing two people, it doesn't matter the number of people he met when he gets there, he will just hands up. It is clearly a due process by which a man divorced a woman traditionally, going to her or accompanying her or taking her, returning her to her father's compound with a wine, any kind of wine. I no do again, no, because in our tradition, before you marry a woman, you use wine. But we do it with wine because people have to drink and marry, because people have to gather and enjoy with you. Same wine will be what you will use to take her back home when you find out that she is you are not compatible anymore. You can do this and nobody will disturb you, and law will not hold you. Tradition will not kick against you because you have done what you are supposed to do as a man when you don't want to marry again. Them to do, or the family to do, whenever you want to remarry, or in case you want to remarry, is to call him or return the drink to him and return some of the things that he spent in marrying you or paying your dowry. You are married to an African man and you're a foreigner, or you're an African too, maybe from a different tribe, or you're married to an Igbo man, this is what you should expect from him when you go out of your way to cheat him. If he dare finds out, if he dare find out, he would drag you like a goat. He would drag you like a goat, or chase you like an aboki is chasing his cow, dragging you down to your father's compound. Also, whether you like it or not, he will look for a means to take you to your compound. Most of the time, they will deceive you and tell you that something is happening or whatever. Any means that he have to take you back there with him, take you, bundle you back to the father's compound, and I said, I am done with this marriage. He is free from whatever. Okay, this is actually the traditional way of divorcing a woman here in Africa, or here in Igbo land, where I know very much about the culture. So as a woman who is married to an African man, never ever cheat on him, because when you cheat an African man, you have betrayed the trust he have for you. He will even be scared of living with you. He will be scared of spending little time with you, not to talk of living with you. It is a no-go for him, because he will feel insecure. He will not feel secured again being around you. He will always see you as an enemy who can actually hurt him, because anything can happen, because he believes that a woman can be manipulated by a man. If actually the man knows him, want to get rid of him, or want to get him out of the way, they can easily convince you as a woman to do one or two harm to him, in order to kick him off, in order to buy him, in order to take him out of the way. So they don't want to, in a situation where they will just RIP because of a woman, or someone will send them to RIP, or someone will just end up their life, end up their vision, end up their dream, just because of a woman. They better hands up and let you go. They see handsing up, separation as the best option. When a woman cheats them, they don't want any judgment, they don't want any connection, they don't want any pleading, they don't want anybody to beg them. And even if you involve people, even if you involve the kinsman, whether his kinsman or your kinsman, what they will look at for is an evidence proving or backing up his claim. If he as a man can give them proving, or if he can give them a clear evidence or proving evidence that yes, you indeed cheat on him, even your kinsmen will support him to leave you. Like they will ask him to hands off. They just go without anybody blaming him. Like I said before, as a woman, you don't retaliate, because some women go crazy, some women who don't know how our culture runs here in Africa, or don't know anything about our tradition, or might actually want to pay back, especially when they know, or when they have seen, or when they are sure that their man is cheating on them. They will actually want to do same, and in order to pay back, in order to make him feel the same pain or feel the same way they are feeling, they want to go and cheat. And most of the times, why want to cheat you in order to retaliate or make you feel pain? She might cheat you with someone very close to you, maybe your best friend, maybe your brother, maybe someone around, the neighbor. Even some people would cheat with their helps, or driver, or security, or maybe they go as far as cheat with their husbands, or their husband's colleague in the office, or business partner, or business associate, in order to pepper him. You don't dare try to pepper an African man that way. You don't dare try to pepper an African man that way. Not an African man. You can pepper any other man from any other place, and he might see it, or okay, he might justify your reasons, or maybe see reasons to your action and forgive you. But an African man will never. If any African man forgives you for cheating him, there is more to it. Even his family members or your family member will be suspecting if is doing that with his clear eyes. If he's okay, they will be imagining if he is mentally okay or not, because it is never in any way a forgivable offense. Nobody would support anybody to keep or live with a woman who has cheated on him. But you as a woman, if you cheat an African man, your family, even your mother, will ask you to forgive. Your family member might ask you to forgive. Someone who really loves you, who don't want to shatter your marriage, who don't want you to come out and start, being single or hanging on the street again, will say, men are like that now. It is their pattern. Every man is, okay, all men is a cheater. Even they will tell you, even pastors cheat on their wife. Yes, because those fake pastors, they cheat on their wife, even with their church members. And even when their wives find out, she will sit on it, she will forgive. But if that man, that same pastor who is preaching against separation in marriage, who will tell you that marriage is for a lifetime till death do you part, find out that her wife do this kind of or commit this kind of offense or cheat on him, he will not hesitate, he will not waste time, he will just throw that woman out of his hand. And their separation, nobody will, like, most people will not blame him, because that is how, that is our culture, that is tradition, because our culture promotes men marrying more than one wife, which started olden days. It doesn't start today. But for a woman to marry here and marry here and marry here, it is not possible. For a woman, it is not a responsible act for you to marry Mr. Okeke and then come out and marry Mr. Okafo. Not to talk of being in his house or being in a man's house sleeping with another man. Even in some tradition, if you hear that, the gods of the land would just instantly deal with you as a woman, unless you go for cleansing, and sacrifice or ritual, perform some certain ritual before you be free from the punishment from the gods of the land. Even if you are sensible enough or secretive enough to hide it and do it, the gods of the land will fight for them. But then men can do that and go scot-free and nothing will happen to them. You see that? I don't know what happened to gender equality here in this culture aspect. I don't know, but then this is what we see governing the mentality and culture governing our environment as an African. So if you're a foreigner married to an African, please, my dear, don't be tempted to cheat on your husband. Don't be tempted for any reason to cheat on your partner, okay? Even if you catch him doing that, please and please look for a way to resolve it if you actually cannot take it. Because one problem we have is not understanding the difference between connection and compatibility. If you find out that you are not compatible, you both are not compatible, you cannot handle some certain life pattern or lifestyle of him, no need, it's needless forcing yourself, caging yourself, depriving yourself of being your original self, depriving yourself of some level of happiness. They did not born you both together. They did not bury your placenta in the same place. Like the day you came into this world, you came alone. If that man is not compatible with you, if you think that attitude of cheating is one thing you cannot tolerate or condone, you can move on. But if you want to be a real African woman, you would not see that offense as an unforgivable offense. You can actually forgive your man when he cheats on you. You can actually move on with him. But if it is personally what you cannot handle, I wouldn't be here to tell you to hurt yourself, because I believe in you doing things that gives you joy, doing things that you think you can handle, doing things that is pleasant to you. So if it is a no for you, my dear, you can go. But if you think it's something you can handle, if it's something you can take, oh no, I wouldn't be here to purge you or urge you to separate from your man because he cheat on you. Because he's not the first person. No, almost all the men these days, nowadays, they cheat on their woman. So if every woman keep coming out of husband's house because they are cheating, I don't know. I don't know what the environment will turn to be. Yes, I don't know. And one thing I want to say is this: Africa is not a place you can think you will cheat a man and still live in his house. No, you will not cheat a man and still living. It's not like in Western world where you both can processing your divorce and you're still living together with kids, still communicating, but not enough. You wouldn't want to endanger his life. You wouldn't want to place his life at risk. The only thing he want to do is for you both to live in a separate place, be far from each other, even if possible, not to even be seeing each other. You get, not to talk of having a conversation, not to talk of sitting and a round table to discuss or iron things out. No. So all the married women out there, this is me telling you never to cheat your husband, never to cheat your man, especially when it has to do with an African man. Like I said before, an African man, no matter how much he loves you, no matter what he feel about you, no matter how much he cherishes you, how precious you are to him, once you cheat an African man, that is the height of it. That is the height of disrespect. That is the worst thing you can do to him, and he will never ever forgive nor forget about the incident or forget about what you have done. And what like I said, is an unforgivable offense. He will never ever forgive you, no matter how much you beg him to forgive and take you back, no matter what you think your reason is, no matter what you think that push you, no matter the height of the temptation. If you as a married woman cheat your partner, especially here in Africa, you have closed the door. What you do is automatically close the door of that relationship, because believe me, an African man will lock up the door and trash the key where he will never ever find it. That means the place he occupied in his heart, he will automatically delete your place in his mind, never to give you room to occupy that position again. Guys, I've actually used the screen for barely 1 month now, and I don't really understand how my skin is looking. Sometimes I enjoy the look of the skin, sometimes I don't. A friend told me to try it out, not for promo purposes, but I just wanted to try it out to see how good it is. Okay, so and sometimes I enjoy the look of my skin. You can see how smooth it is. It's actually making my skin to be smooth, no bleaching. One thing I like it is it helped me maintain the original chocolate color of my skin. That's one thing I love about this Vaseline Intensive Care. Yeah, this is my first time of using it, and I have not finished. I have not even gone half of the container. I pray it doesn't give me any reaction. And this cream is actually big, very affordable. I think I got it for about 5,000 something. Okay, it's doing good to my skin. Don't you think so? Don't you think so? Don't you think so? I like the way it handles my skin. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like planting my skin because it's spotless, so smooth. The color is rhyming. I don't have Fanta and Coke skin type. Like, everything is okay, and this is actually, I think this is actually the original chocolate color of my skin.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to She Nancy K just for more.